Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV. Let's do a boxer rundown real quick. Talk about Wilder Fury 3 being moved off the December 19th date. And also, we're going to talk about Gabriel Rosado and Danny Jacobs. But first, Patrick Teixeira called out Jermell Charlo. He put a pussycat face on his body when he had all the belts after the fight with Jason Rosario. Let's get there. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and check out our boxing news playlist. And you know, basically, he ain't shying away from nothing. He said he'll fight him as long as they put Castanos on the back burner, and Al can control that. You know what I'm saying? Al is the one that petitioned for Brian Carlos Castanos to get that mandatory, for TGB Promotions. And remember, the PBC, they don't recognize the WBO belt, only when it's in their favor. You know, they got a lot of talented fighters over there, but a lot of their fighters looking pussy. You know, PBC actually made the best fights in their own atmosphere or their own stratosphere. They'd probably be the best thing smoking, but every time you get a semi-okay fight, they put it on pay-per-view. That Charlo card could have easily been on CBS. But you know what? During the pandemic, don't nobody want to take no pay cut, and they going to have to learn the hard way. You know, when them pay-per-view numbers come back, I guarantee you it ain't going to be nothing nice. So, instead of just, taking the loss right now and gaining it just off the clout you're going to get from fighting on CBS, and the views you're going to get, nobody willing to take money to make money in the long run. That's the problem. Everybody want money now. Nobody's pretty much putting capital up, or they not putting assets up for the future. And this is why at 30 years old, PBC still has no premium star. Even Deontay Wilder, he can't crack $1 million. You want to know why you can't pull $1 million pay-per-views? For one, your price is too high, and for two, you build your fighters on Showtime. That's like building somebody filmography portfolio on Bounce TV. How you gonna expect it to go from Bounce TV to get on NBC and the big screen? It's not gonna happen. So instead of them saying, you know what, we'll take less money to put this fight on CBS. Let's see if we can do that, Al. They didn't even do that. So now they running in place. Like Shorty Low, let's get it. That's what they doing. They running in place. And instead of taking, taking losses for the future right now, right now Al ain't never been one to play with the church's money. That's just what it is. He ain't never been one to play with the church's money. He ain't trying to take no risks. But, personally, the Teixeira fight, that'll be a good fight. I mean, Teixeira's only been stopped by Curtis Stevens. Curtis Stevens is probably one of the biggest punchers from 68, 60 to 54. He's a tall guy, rangy guy. He tough. A lot of y'all didn't expect him to beat Carlos Adames. It didn't really shock me he beat Carlos Adames. I mean, people be saying things about sports and they give an opinion. And I'm arguing with somebody about, the NBA a minute ago, and I don't even debate, go back and forth, but I just had time. And these guys don't know what they talking about. And a lot of people got on here and said Adames. When I truly say I don't see it, a lot of 99.9% of the time I'm right. When I say I don't see it in a hooper or a fighter, you know what I'm saying? I can be wrong if I say I see it. When I say I don't see it, I really don't see it. Like Felix Verdejo said years ago, he ain't shit. No offense to him. But like I said before, I think Teixeira is going to be a solid fight. He a tough competitor, and Golden Boy is willing to pretty much a closeout, deal right now. They always been willing to send their fighters across the street if the money is right. Joseph Diaz, you know what I'm saying? They'll send Teixeira, they'll send whoever. They looking to make big fights. Linares to fight Lomachenko. They looking to make those big fights. So I don't think he capping. Can he beat Jermell Charlo? Yeah, anybody is, unification power ain't supposed to be easy. Castanos Teixeira can take a punch. He rangy. He's fought at 160, down to 154. He's never been stopped at 54. I think he's been stopped at 160. So it should be an interesting fight. And Jermell Charlo showed chinks in his armor, but he doesn't have a gaping hole in his game. His gaping hole, these dudes not skilled enough to exploit it. You see this Saturday night, he can't take pressure. And I do think it's only really two guys in the division that can beat him. It's not Teixeira, Castanos and Tony Harrison. And at the end of the day, when you can knock somebody out, maybe Tony Harrison don't have that much of a chance. So, it is what it is. I love to see an undisputed fight. When is this month? September? They probably can make that fight for December. If Jermell didn't take too much punishment, can Jermell turn around and come back in December and do it? They might be booked for December, so we have to see what happens. But, that's cool. But at this point, if Jermell can't turn around and come back in December, they might as well let Castanos and Teixeira, swap it out. And that ain't no easy fight either way as well. But Deontay Wilder, supposedly, in Fury, is not happening December 19th because championship football is going on that weekend. And like I said before, everything is in America has to bow down to football. Simple as that. They can't compete. Y'all can say, everybody can say, well, football, they didn't protest, they didn't do this, that, and the third. Neither did the NBA, and the NBA is struggling with viewership. You know what I'm saying, in the bubble. So the NFL gonna continue to rise because it's just they number one right now. Unless the NBA find them another Jordan or Magic or Bird. Outside of them, there's never been other athletes that commercially impacted the NBA that way. So with the NFL, they just hot right now. And eventually they'll fall back and somebody else will rise up and be number one. But, they going to back off to December 19th because of championship college football. Personally, they said they might move up today. I don't see that fight happening without a full capacity crowd. So they can sit there and say what they want. Ain't nobody trying to take no pay cut. You know what I'm saying? Who really trying to take the pay cut, of maybe doing it with 20,000 fans? And they probably going to raise the ticket up on that. You talking about a pandemic and during Christmas and Thanksgiving season? If they think they're going to build on that 800,000 they did last time, they are sadly mistaken. And I don't see the intrigue in a rematch from a casual fan standpoint of view. Why do I need to spend $100 and I know the white boy going to beat him down again? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's how they're looking at it. It's no reason for a rematch the way he dominated the first fight. Now, what casuals won't know is Tyson Fury has never defended his title, and this would be his first title defense. So let's see if he can get over that hump. But they moved that fight off for December 19th. Also, Danny Jacobs and Gabriel Rosado, they agreed to a fight. I don't know what Eddie Hearn did. They didn't want Gabriel Rosado. They preferred John Ryder. I do think this is Danny Jacobs' last fight on the zone. If you didn't know, Andre Rozier, when he was coaching them, said he left PBC because they was tired of not having a consistent schedule. HBO gave them that consistent schedule to know when they was fighting ahead of time. And PBC don't get that. So I definitely agree with that. It's really erratic over there. And, it's a fight that, nobody really want to see. The zone is putting on fights. Like, they might as well just bag out the business. The only fight they putting on that's intriguing that I know of is Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. That's the only one we all going to tap in for. I'm not tapping in for Devin Haney and Gamboa. It's no offense to Bill and Devin. It's just a shitty fight. Y'all want to blame Gary Russell? Go right ahead. You got Triple G versus Camille Zermatta. I don't want to see that. Jaime versus Torian Johnson, I'll tap in. I like Jaime, so that should be an entertaining fight. But most people won't tap in for that fight. So the zone might as well just pack it up and just let Canelo be free and just move out this territory and do us a favor. But, Danny Jacobs, Rosado, Danny got a little chin issues. Rosado tough, but he done been through so many wars, man. It's just, I expect Danny Jacobs to handle business, and possibly you could see Demetrius Andrade on there taking on Liam Williams, I guess. So we'll see what happens. Pretty much that's it. But also, people on Twitter was asking me why I say Tank wasn't a top 5. Leo Santa Cruz and Tank ain't a top 5 fight in October, and I'll address that here. My top 5 in no particular, as obviously Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. No, I'm going to be right. Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez is my number 1 fight. Some of the other fights that month, Anuyawa, Jason Maloney. You continue on Barashnik and Zepeda this Saturday. I think that's a better fight on paper. You got a lot of fights that's going on in October that may be under the radar, You also have, clear screen. Also, you also have Ruben Villa taking on Emmanuel Vete. I think that's a really good fight. You got Sergey Lipies taking on Qdoba. That's another really good fight. I think maybe I don't know. I think they rescheduled Lee Selby and Camboso, so I don't think that's this month. But also, we had somebody else I'm trying to remember who was also scheduled to fight. Oh, Cuadras and Juan Estrada and Roman Chocolito. So I mean, I just, from my standpoint of view, people just so enamored with names. I'm talking about pure quality of fight and action and meaningful fight. Tank and Leo don't have no meaning. It's a bum bash. And I'm not saying neither one of them is a bum. I'm just saying that I don't have any intrigue in it like that. I think Barashnik Zepeda is right there as the next best fight with Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. I think you're going to get your bang for your buck. I think it's going to be a war. People say, well, they're bums. And, just because you don't know them. I'm talking about the quality of fight. It's going to be a great fight. Qdoba and Sergey Lipies, that's a great fight. You got Qdoba who like to use the ring. You got Lipies who like to bang. He don't have no footwork. Qdoba got all the footwork. It's a great fight. Great fight. You got a New York Jason Maloney. That's another barn burner. Just barn burner fights that's being put on. And I look at the schedule. I'm like, okay, like then you got Better BF. He about scrapping it up. So you really got a lot of great fights that month. And one of my favorite fights, my second favorite fight is Barashnik Zepeda. And some people may not agree with me. I mean, I just think that fight, as long as it don't end in no funny business, it's gonna be a barn burner. I think it's one not to miss. You look at Tank and Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz. What does it mean? Who's the tallest midget down there? I don't believe neither one of them can fuck with Miguel Burchett. And I don't think Tank got the confidence to beat him. Come on. So it doesn't produce the best super featherweight. At the end of the day, they don't even want to fight Gary Russell. So why should I give money to two guys that's ducking Lomachenko, that's ducking Devin Haney, who don't want to fight Tio neither, and Devontae don't want to fight Burchett? And why should I look at Leo Santa Cruz, who's been a career bitch-ass nigga? I mean, it makes no sense for me to support that financially. I'm not. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313 home. Cash App, obviously. PayPal link in the description. One time for the one time we go.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't
Right?
looking at him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't
shit.
looking at him.